everybody. Get in here. Tonight is a good night to come in because we got a guest coming over. We have a special guest tonight. Todd Church is going to be joining us in the Shawn Yankey studios in about 5 minutes. So get in here. Invite your friends. Share this out. Tag everybody you know because there's going to be so much truth drop tonight. You may need a therapy session afterwards. You're not coming out of this the same. This is going to be a life-changing feed. So come on in here. It's Full Bowl Friday on the Shawn Yankey Show, and we got a fun one for you guys tonight. Let me see who's here and say hi to you guys because I want to get to our guest as quickly as possible. So let's see. Rose got first on Facebook. Hey, Rose. What's up, Brent? Helen said I missed it in notifications because you switched it up. I did. I tag people when I share the original schedule post, which I'm going to be honest with you because we're just going to talk about this real quick and then we'll get into the show. There's a reason that I stopped tagging you guys today, other than I didn't want to bother you. I tagged some people, but I tagged people I thought would be interested that usually don't see us, some new faces. Because I just thought, A, it was really redundant to keep tagging the same people every day. And then B, there's not much interaction with that post other than by about 5 or 6 people. So I should probably tag those 5 or 6. They're the ones upset with me every time. And I will from now on, I promise. I am very sorry. But let's see. I've got to fix some more stuff. We're having a guest over. I got to get the house all nice. I got to have theme stuff playing while he's here. We got to be professional. Let me see. Let me get this up. All right. What we're doing tonight is going to be on the fly. Usually, I trap my guest while I say hi to you guys. I didn't do that to Todd. So we're going to go to Todd live. I'm going to try something. And if it works, it's going to open up the door to do this more often in the future. Because I can pull any of y'all in on a Skype call. And that's what we're going to be using. So we're going to try this little trick here in just a second. And let me say hi to YouTube. Now, YouTube, I have some news for you. All right? Some things are going to change around here. As you know, YouTube demonetized this channel. So, for that reason, and because it makes more sense branding-wise with starting this new show, and we're at 52 episodes now, it's time to get serious, to just go ahead and own the whole thing. So the new channel is called The Shawn Yankey Show, and there's a link to it right there in the comments on YouTube. And I'll copy that and put it over on Facebook. Let me copy that. Put that over here. But we will be live from there on Monday. And I got it all set up nice. It's pristine. There's no videos there. 3 subscribers. So go join. And join up. And Monday we will come from there. I want to do a little test and see if we're as throttled. If I let the truth videos, this channel will stay active. I may even still do some streams here. But the Shawn Yankey Show will be from the Shawn Yankey Show page on YouTube. And so that it's that way across the board on all platforms. Hey, Kilo, you subscribed? Good, man, because I wanted to see you there. I would have been very disappointed if the YouTube people didn't follow me to the new page. But, there's 36 people here on Facebook. We got a good group tonight on Facebook. We got some people here on Periscope as well. Hey, Periscope, I still can't see your comments. But without any further ado, let's see if we can get things going. I'm going to start working and babbling. I'm going to read your comments as I do it. But what I'm really doing is pulling up Skype and getting a hold of Todd. Rose says, I'm ready. Got my strawberry daiquiri. He said the Shawn Yankey Show is on. All is right in the world. You guys are awesome. Let me finish saying hi to you guys. I got distracted. So, hey, Helen. Hey, Brent. Heath, Amanda. Wow. Lori, Lee, Danielle. A lot of new faces. Karen. You guys must be friends of Todd. Rose. Dion. Hey, Dion. Tressa. Riley. I will tag you guys. From now on, I will not forget any of the core group. Todd, you're here too? I'm about to call you, Todd. It's happening right now. I'm loading up. I'm juggling a lot of balls right now, but I'm pulling up my Skype, and I'm going to call Todd. And I'm going to set that up. Doot, 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 doot. Uh-oh. Whoops. I think we just called each other. Let me try that again. Do I got you?
You sure do.
Right on, man. Well, let me fix it so everybody else can see you, because right now they can't. So hold on just a second, and let me fix that. All right, we're in the right set now. Let me get you in it. I would rather do this on the fly than make you sit through the intro music and me sharing, because it takes me a second to get started with this multi-streaming. It's more complicated. But let me go to properties on this. It won't take me just a second. Is that one you? It's giving me 3 options to pull in. Yep, there's you. Let me get you on the screen. And I even got a nameplate for you. So we got it all set up nice. So the house is all set up. Let me move you over closer, though. Thanks for doing this, by the way, taking time out of your night to hang out with us.
Brother, I breathe this shit.
Right? I know you do. I spend a lot of time at your feeds this last week. I found out about you through Lori Root Riley.
Yeah, I love Lori. I love you all, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for everything that you do for us too, man. And I'm happy to be here myself. I just love a good conversation with like-minded individuals. It's very hard to find it, and at least we have these internets to be able to do it now for what they allow.
Right. Well, they don't allow much, but we do what we want with this tool while we can. You know, one day they'll take it away.
Yeah, what we can, because they block the shit out of me, bro.
Oh, they do everybody. They do everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody telling the truth, anything of value.
I tried on YouTube first, but they wouldn't let me be seen at all on YouTube.
Oh, we do awful there. On YouTube, my average feed would get about 14, 15 views. On Facebook, we average around 300, 400, you know? Big difference.
I used to get up to like 22,000, 10,000 viewers in 1 hour, man. And then they really fucked it. Oh, yeah.
I never went that far with it. No, never hit that. But I started once this suppression was really coming down hard. I've only been doing this for about 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing about 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Well, yeah, I never made that success. I had one with 12,000 views once. We went wild one night.
You got to do dumb shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got to do idiocracy. I was dressed as a stripper bitch named Sharon Cox. I was dressed as a hood nigga named Graham Cracker. I was dressed as a nerdy white guy doing the New World Order interview. I was dressed as a demon. I did characters and freestyle rap and improv. People thought I was going nuts, bro.
Oh, my God. So that would have been something to watch. Is that stuff still up?
Oh, yeah. It's off the fucking hook, too. You'll laugh your ass off.
You got to link me to that stuff. You still have the channel? Or they did take it down?
Oh, it's all on my page. I got over 4,000 live beat videos, and I probably got about 30, maybe 40 or 50 funny ones. But they all have a message in them. They're all characters that are pretty much in society right now for the culture that they are. And acting the ways that they are, and just a bunch of different people that I've met through my life has made these characters come to life.
Right on. I've been digging the hell out of your stuff. I've been watching. You've probably seen me. I've been sneaking in there. I haven't had a lot of time this last week, but I've been ever since I saw you with Lori. I realized that we pretty much think alike, and
Oh, I love.
yeah, and I dig your stuff too. So, and I was hoping there would be Scarface behind you, but I like this too. I've never seen this background, but I like.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like needs to be put out there a lot more right now, and it's pretty much the ways that men are treated right now today.
Right on. Well, let me see what people are talking about in the comments. Let me go back over and look at them. Now that I've got us all set up and the house is all nice. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Mona. Good combination, Karen says. Tiana says going to be a good show. And then Kathy made a good point. This content is unavailable is Facebook's new mantra. We talked about this last night. That's book burning. It's the same thing.
What does that mean? What does she mean? What's that? What?
Like when you share a post and they take it down and it says this content is unavailable.
Oh yeah, they do that to me all the time too. And I send people videos and they can't play them. They'll try and watch my video. It won't be audio. They'll try and watch or find videos, or people will try and find my page. People can't. They most definitely set it up to where it's very hard for any of us that are trying to really do the good work for whoever it is that truly cares about us, to keep us blocked. So something's going on.
Oh, definitely something's going on. And hold on, I want to take one of these out so I can hear a little better. But, well, let's see. I want to bring up some topics. We'll see what people in the comments are talking about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was this protests and demonstrations and stuff going on right now. I have had people coming down on me because I've been speaking out against it. And they are telling me, or I've been putting it out there, showing people that it's happening. And they're like, don't promote this because it's misdirection. And that's exactly why I'm promoting it. Because we're being fucked with, I think. I think something's being set. The stage is being set for something much bigger.
Oh, it is. It is. So it doesn't matter who goes down there because it's going to be a controlled situation. Everyone that is down there that is these certain Antifa people or something, and you can tell who they are clearly and very easily. They look like a bunch of most of them are younger with backpacks on. They all have a mask on. Most of them are wearing black. And the reason for the backpack is because they're all geared up and ready to go vandalize and spray paint and do things to buildings and stuff. Do you really honestly believe that motherfuckers that would really be mad that's coming from the hood is going to go down there with a backpack and everything on and doing whatever like that?
No, not at all.
They're not going to be. They're not going to be that sufficient about what they're planning on going to do, because it's not like they're going and they've been done this every day. They're going to be pissed. They're going to head straight down there, and that's what it's going to be about. They're only going to be there for that, and that is it. They'll pick up and throw it. They might even bring a gun down there if it was some real shit. It wouldn't be a scheduled situation. These people wouldn't be down here only when it's scheduled for all these people to meet up together that all seem to be very young and unruly. The ones that do come down there, that are coming down there because they're hearing about it, young, unruly children. The ones that are there that are orchestrating and being paid to tell people what to chant, what to spray paint, what to bust up and get other people busting things up, paying certain people to do these things, you can tell who they are because they are not acting nothing like the other people. You can see that they have grew up a little bit of a different way. The ones that are from the ghettos, that are coming to the places, that are just wanting to be unruly children, you can see how they are acting and what they're saying. But then you'll see the other people that are just chanting exactly what they keep trying to get everyone to chant. Then you will see the white people staying back behind the crowd, bunch of these Antifa, and then you'll see them spraying Black Lives Matter or kill the pigs or catching stuff on fire or busting stuff up. And it's all on many people's cameras. Well, their
Oh, this is a
cell
fact.
phone.
This is a fact. Along with the fact that they're instigating this shit. Matter of fact, I've been talking about this. I think that they banned Confederate flags at NASCAR events to get racist people revved up. I don't think it has anything to
Almost.
do with NASCAR wanting to drive half their base away.
Most definitely. You don't see or feel the energy out here with a lot of people, the ways that they're looking at each other and being able to blame each other for the things that they've already been manipulated off of the television and off of the media and off of their Facebook and everything else to be able to make them so angry at the opposite race or the opposite sex and all of these things that people are having problems after they had already put everyone in their home to get them aggravated about being grounded in their home from the COVID lie. And if you look up the word Ovid, O-V-I-D, it stands for sheep. So this is just another part of, just go ahead and put C in front of it. C, sheep, COVID, Ovid stands for sheep. Anyone can go look this up. This is all plans. It's all, and also another thing that stands for COVID is Kobe, K-O-B-E. Remember when he just got, so it's all parts of the witchcraft of the English language that is going together, that it must be some types of signals to the people that know and understand what these words mean, that they've already been trained in their cults and everything to get ready for all of the steps that they're going into, the main ones that are not able to sit into the main meetings with the higher Masonic orders about whatever it is, but they all know what the game plan is, and they know that they've got the instructions to listen for these certain types of trigger words. Guaranteed that's what they're doing.
Do y'all see why I had this dude on? I love this dude. He says everything I want to say.
Well, this is, yeah, there had to be someone tough from the ghetto that didn't give a fuck and will speak any way they want. And if a motherfucker's too crybaby about me cussing, get the fuck out of my face. You're too stupid to hear the shit I'm talking about anyways. I had to go through hell. And I had to have this loving and caring heart that I truly do have, that I've always had. But I've had to use my body for certain things that I've never wanted to use my body for before, because I was not always this kind of person. I had to do crazy things to be able to survive in my life. And the only thing that changed me, and thank whoever it is, that I had a daughter at 18 years old, because if not, I could have been one of them psychopaths that would have been out here killing people and not caring about it, because no one ever showed me nothing about caring about me a certain way. And I was growing up in a crazy lifestyle and environment with multiple different stepfathers that beat on me, my brothers, my mom. I seen all this shit everywhere around me with all the friends that I knew and had. So it made me, when I had my daughter, feel some type of way about the ways that I just loved this girl, this my baby. And it started to change things inside of me and made me start to feel something. So then now, knowing all of those feelings about that, knowing all of the ways that they have psychologically manipulated all of us, and then also pushed and forced this woman's rights and feminists and the money and the ways that hypergamy and hypersexualization, and to be able to construct the ways that we respect each other or talk to each other or don't respect each other, or love what someone has to offer but can't really see someone and love them unconditionally. Everything is conditions. And to see all the people that have went and died from drugs and alcohol and shooting themselves in the head over a girl that never liked them or something, or took their baby from them, and all of these things that just kept happening right in my face, with all these people killing each other and everything else, and then getting these certain problems of addictions for drugs, and then me understanding and seeing it in my own home and other people's home that I was in, everywhere that I went, black, white, yellow, it didn't matter where they was, what class they was in, everyone was still being affected by the heroin that is being brought in by the shadow government. Everyone is being affected by the secret meeting that changed music to be able to influence the young youth that did not have the father figures in the home, because the women are being made to chase the bad boys so that they'll always be in a bad situation, so that the children grow up hating men and the women grow up hating men, but knowing that they better chase a man for a dollar bill so they can chase that check, so they can go ahead and get their shoes, purses, nails done, look all pretty, not get very much knowledge, but know they can suck a good dick. and fuck and twerk and act like the whore they need to fucking act like, and say fuck a man because a man ain't nothing but treated to my mom like a whore anyways. And everyone else thinks the same things, and everyone's like, fuck it, let's get money, chase the bag, and do whatever else. So I see this shit. I see it clearly. I've been involved with a lot of women in my life, and I've always loved them and had the utmost respect for them. I may have said bitch here and there because always, fuck it. I said that was my bitch because I learned from the hood. I learned this life. I learned this way. I've tried to change it. I'm 44 years old, so I've done a big, big, big change. Everyone around my neighborhood already knows who I am, what I was doing.
Right.
And they think I'm going crazy now and stuff, because when you do fall out of that, there's already programs in there to tell them, oh, Todd done fell off. The motherfucker must be on drugs. Uh-oh, he's smoking crack. He's smoking meth. He's doing something. Look, the nigga's getting skinny. Motherfucker, I was trying to find out what the fuck is going on, what I wanted to eat, because I was scared to death of the food when I found out about this shit. And plus, I was already, I don't trust people. And so now when you learn this shit, you really don't trust people. And then I kicked everyone out of my life. I had 2 women living with me. I had 2 or 3 women living with me since I was 27 years old. But when I found out about this, I had 2 women living with me that had been living with me. The one was here for 5 years and the other one was here for 4 or something like that. And the ones before that was years. So I know the mentality and the mindset of women because I was in and out of titty bar, at least the ones down in my areas that get out and get to shake and wiggle that ass, because most of them, they are out here doing that, whether people want to believe it or not. If you're in a 9-to-5 job and you're a woman that has already been raised by a mother that is not, that is showing you a way to become a woman or a real woman and a good woman, or you've changed and somehow one of the very few that went this way to go ahead and get your education because you didn't want to be like your mom. It all still works the same ways that it works, and still is able to influence certain people to be able to use the manipulation that they use towards the opposite gender or whatever to be able to get the money. So don't get mad at this shit that I be talking about. I'm just telling you what it is so you can kind of understand where I come from, why I am the ways that I am. And I dump my whole heart out. Like I said, I got over 4,000 live feed videos and I speak about all this shit. And I am not scared. I don't censor nothing. If people get butt hurt about whatever, then they ain't supposed to be around me.
That's right. That's right, man. I respect the hell out of you, and I respect you sharing that, because that, I know that was very personal what you just shared. And you gave your perspective, so everybody's going to understand where you're coming from now. That's going to help everybody a lot, and I know that was probably hard for you. But once you see the world and the agenda and the plan, it becomes your responsibility to do something about it. You know, because what else is that knowledge good for? You know,
no shit. It's what am I going to do? Just let it keep tearing me up and wondering what the hell is going to end up happening to my daughters? Mm-hmm. I got a 27-year-old daughter that has a young child that is a little girl.
It's sick what goes on in this world. It's disgusting. And, you know, the only thing that's ever going to stop it is bringing light to it, exposing it. That's it. Getting people to listen.
You got to piss people off, too, because that seems like the only thing that's ever going to make anyone listen to anything. It took a serious situation for me to be able to turn around and start paying attention and listening, because it was so easy for me to go out here and just keep chasing this money and chasing these women and chasing the image and chasing everyone wanting to look up to me a certain way, because me feeling that I came from nothing and feeling a certain way about the ways where I grew up being a poor kid and not having the nice things and having to go get the nice things. So now you get a certain amount of people around you that start to respect you a certain way because what you've been able to be made to believe who you are through the things that has manipulated you to want to look like the people that you have seen off of the television, to be able to have the icons con you to be the troll that you need to be, so that the other people around you want to follow your footsteps too and be heard of the same ways as everyone else is making everyone else hear of whoever it is that is worth being around, especially as a man, to be able to get some kunani, whatever you want to call it, and a respect and an image. And some people, there is money over bitches, but it's all really about something. It's either the money for the image to give to everyone else for what you are able to shine with, or the women or whatever. So it's always something that's making you chase this dollar bill, no matter what it is. So that's what I had to do because I ain't have shit. I ain't have nobody. I was the oldest of 5 boys.
And who they
Foster.
mean by God on In God You Trust is Lucifer. They're
Oh yeah,
Luciferian. They are
yeah.
demonic. So they are worshiping a god to them, but it's not your god. It's their god. So they've
Yep.
got you slaves to their money system that you need for everything. You can't exist without it. You have to have it. And so a lot of people worry about the mark of the beast, but it's kind of already here, isn't it? You can't
It's
function in
been
society without money.
the mark of the beast is ink. It's already here. That's the mark of the beast. We should have been able to telepathically communicate with each other to not be able to be controllable the same ways whatever it is with animals. Don't they seem like they're communicating somehow when you see apes and shit?
They are communicating.
Most definitely.
My dog
But they're,
communicates with me, dude. I know she understands me.
dude, we have a certain type of a connection to a realm and an understanding of conscience that most people could never imagine, and you are not allowed to imagine. So you're not supposed to know about certain things that these other certain cultures already was experiencing and being involved with, which is witchcraft, which everyone is told that all witchcraft is bad. Sure, if I want to fucking take over the whole fucking world, I better make everyone believe all witchcraft is bad so that all magical things can be controlled by us. And we can take everyone over because we've already bred all of this out and we've killed off anyone that was able to use any of the magic and the witchcraft of the alchemy to be able to mix certain types of things together to heal you or get you connected to ancestors after they've already messed with your DNA already anyways, to be able to make you more controllable, to be able to be a slave so that you could be disconnected and detached from each other, so that you do see color and so that you do see hate, so that you can't feel the energy of another person the ways that we are supposed to be able to feel someone's energy when we walk up to them and know and understand that they are someone we should or should not be talking to. Some of us still do have this, but we don't have it nowhere near the senses that we should have it.
No. No, I do happen to be an empath. I know what you're talking about. I can feel people's energies and it affects me. So there are still people that have that, and there is limitless potential to the human mind. They don't ever want you to know that. They don't ever want you to understand it. That's why they call themselves the Illuminated, the Illuminati. That's what that means. They're illuminated. They know the truth, and you don't. And knowledge is power. You don't understand that, they believe, a Luciferian belief system means that they believe that they can become godlike. They can achieve godlike status. But you are like God. You were created in God's image. So you are like God, and you do have limitless potential. That's what they hide from you. And I believe that's what they keep from you. Is that you...
What do you think?
What?
What do you think they mean when they say you was created in God's image?
I mean, how do I take that?
Yeah.
I believe that it would be the same as the creation of Jesus, that we have that potential. We're not necessarily God, but we would be...
We're light.
Yes.
We are light. We are energy.
It's complex, isn't it?
We are... No, it's not. It's that simple. We are created in God's image because we are energy.
It kind of depends on how bright you are, whether or not that's simple. You know what I mean? Some people get it.
Yeah, we're all nothing but energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we all have a different fingerprint and everything, but God's fingerprint's not the same as my fingerprint. God's eye print is not the same as my eye print. Yours or anyone else that's watching this. None of that, but we are at a frequency. So we are the likeliness of God because we are the image of God because we are energy.
Tesla understood that. Nikola Tesla. He wrote of that, understood that concept.
Every tree is energy. Every animal is energy. Every strand of grass is energy.
And we all feed off of each other.
Everything is energy. Everything we see here is energy. We just can't tell what it is because we've never been able to go wherever we're supposed to be able to go because they're hiding things from us so that we don't know. So everyone should look into psychedelics. I don't care what no one thinks about me in any way. I'm not a drug addict. I don't fuck with drugs. I've seen too many people ruin their lives over drugs. You better look into all the smart motherfuckers that doing micro doses and everything, talking about all of these things that's really going on. And don't let no one scare you away from whatever the information is. And wonder to yourself why all their pharmakeia witchcraft drugs are all so legal, and they also make all of these people have all of these serious mental problems and kill themselves, and the medicines really do poison you more than they help you. But as long as you're stretching their pocket, that's all that matters. And they don't want you to know about anything that will make you understand who you are, what you are, and why you should love everyone, and what you're connected to be inside of, instead of that ink book that makes sure that you buy bullshit.
Dude, I start watching you like I'm at your fucking live stream. I get distracted, man. You speak with such passion. I really enjoy that when I watch you. I think I should let that through more. I get afraid that I'll become the left-leaning Alex Jones. You know, that people will instantly discredit me.
You're not one of those cussing type of guys, though.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm real good at watching my mouth.
Listen to me. That's why it will be good for you regardless. Because now you get a certain kind of a pass because you don't talk like that and you don't talk a certain way.
Right. I can see
what
that.
I like to make it feel like to anyone that's sitting here with me that I'm sitting here talking to you. That I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not trying to be any oppressive, any impress. I'm being me. I'm being the me that I've known and grew into, and I'm exposing certain things while I'm exposing the things who I was that I know that I wasn't, that I'll never blame myself for, and I'll never blame anyone else for anything neither, because I know it's a program, and I know I'm out of it now, and I know I'm trying to fix things, and I know that you are, and I know other people are. So the people that are at a certain level with me, they'll understand where I'm coming from because they know the old me is still a part of old me. It's still here, but I'm a new me. But it's a completely different me, but it's still the voice that I have. It's still the things that I have. I think that I'm supposed to be like this because it is kind of, it still is the attractive thing that's in the world, but I'm not using the attractive way.
I got to say something right now because you just laid it out so perfectly. I have that theory that we don't understand Christianity, that most Christians have it all fucked up, and that you are literally reborn when you learn the truth of reality. And you know, most people aren't intelligent enough to take it in, or it's either paramore. It's like they could be simple and they get it, or if you're moderate and in between, you're too brainwashed, too indoctrinated. Nothing gets through, nothing gets in. You can't accept it. And then you're too proud. There's all these atheists that I know that shame the shit out of you for being religious, that laugh at me for being Christian. And it's just like, how could you be that way when in the same breath you can talk about us living in a computer simulation, you can say there's alternate realities and alternate dimensions, all this other shit. You can admit that there's millions of things you do not know or understand, but you can't admit there could be a God, a creator, an intelligent design to all this.
It's everyone's training.
But that's what I mean, though. I think that's it, though. You are reborn. It's a literal rebirth, becoming aware and of the truth.
Man, you know when I was reborn, brother?
When?
When I smoked DMT.
Word. Joe Rogan's show is a commercial for DMT. You know,
man, I'm gonna tell you what, bro. When I smoked DMT, bro, that did. And when I was visited by other beings in my garage, that's what did it. I was on LSD then. I know this shit's gonna keep sounding like a fucking drug addict shit. What the fuck ever. I do this shit in sections of whatever. When I get signs that I'm supposed to be doing these things, I've been saved from being dead 5 times in my whole life. My last name really is Church. I'm the oldest of 5 boys. I'm a Pisces. I was born in 1976. I've had signs all through my life. I really am Church. I got Jesus Christ, which I thought whatever it was, I didn't know the full story about whatever, tattooed on my back when I was 18 years old. Because I believed that I was connected to something, because I was getting these messages and feelings from whoever it was, and I knew it was real. But still, through the poisons and stuff that we go through in life, you start to lose more and more of a connection to whoever it is. And not only the poisons of the food or the vaccines or whatever else it is, it's the situations in your own environment, in your own home, with the abuse and stuff like that. And then watching the cartoons and the television and everything. I didn't know none of these things until now, but this is why I was supposed to be getting the signs that I was then throughout my whole life, through whatever the situations was that was showing me the path that I was being led down, to be able to understand that I'm supposed to be paying attention to everyone around me. And that does mean all people outside of my home, inside of my home, in every home, all colors and everything. And this is what I was always about, because especially when you're the oldest, me anyways, I don't know how many other people, but I had to pay attention to everything, because I wanted to, I was a boy. I was the oldest boy. We had terrible father figures. My mom was a young woman. The abuse that we was going through, it really wasn't even her fault or theirs. It was just what they was. But I always was trying to figure out the best ways to try and make them happy, so that we didn't have to go through the things that we was going through. And then I also seen other people doing the same things. But I always wanted to be the best that I could for my mom and for my brothers. And I always had to make them laugh. I always had to be the one that was the funny guy. So all of these things that I went through life with women and friends and school and charity newsies and wanting all the nice things and watching all these people on TV and watching all the people driving around my neighborhood and then watching everyone else doing the same things, not knowing at that time what it was, but still supposed to be collecting all of this information and being in and out of people's homes and seeing that they love the Jordans and the starter coats and all these nice things, and what gets the man and what doesn't get the man, and who is the respected person in what suit or what not suit. And drug dealers is being pumped up and promoted so much. So I became a drug dealer. It's the only opportunities and options that most of us have down here around these areas, because we don't have these opportunities and options that most people's like, you could have made a better decision. Motherfucker, you ain't been in my shoes. You don't know what the fuck goes on around here. You don't know the ways that you already have to go through hell to get an image through you either fighting or getting the chicks or getting money. And then when you get to that image, being from here and not having a father figure or guidance or anyone around you that really gives a fuck about nothing, and you're watching all these videos and all these movies and listening to all this music, and then you're already feeling like the other people is looking at you funny that got money, because they're already also pushing this in the television shows and everything else, and you can't go hang out with the certain pretty girls from the other school that wearing all these same uniforms. Isn't that weird? They're all wearing the same uniform. Why do you think they're all wearing the same uniform? Do they seem that they're supposed to be trying to get inside of like a better team or brotherhood or sisterhood with each other, to have more kind of respect and morals and stuff maybe about themselves that their parents and everything else might be teaching them, because they are like the better chattel that is being bred to be the police officers and the lawyers and the doctors and all of these things, to be able to feel that they are better so that they can do their job? Probably. But I didn't know this then. So you can't be around those types of people. So we're down here taking from each other, just fucking each other up. This shit makes me so mad, man.
And it should. The more you see, the madder it gets. You madder you get about it. And like I said at the very beginning of this, that's the value in what we do, is trying to get it out there, to expose it to people and get them to wake up to it. You know? And I love anybody doing that. And I respect the hell out of anybody doing that. Because, you know, it's hard, you know? And
it's tough.
It is. And especially to get it out there. That's the most important thing to me, is for people to see it, you know, and get it out there. It's that I called it yesterday. They let us truthers running a hamster wheel, because we're not hurting anybody. They can control who sees us. They can turn us down and up like a volume knob and decide what we get out, where we get out, whose eyes land on our stuff. and it's just it keeps us safe and busy. You know, that's the way I feel a lot of times. But every once in a while, someone will stumble in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody's going to wake up. Everybody wakes up on their own anyway. You can't force them. All you can do is plant seeds.
Dude, I used to have so many people message me from all over the world, man, because I've been an open book since, because I am not ashamed of anything that has happened to me, and I know that it needs to be told so that people can understand what it is. This is my job here.
I can
This
see that.
other
You're
people.
brave as hell, man. The shit that you've laid out on this stream alone is very intimate.
Well, it ain't stopped.
Right.
It's been every day. I need people to understand I truly care, and I have reasons why I truly care, and it's beyond this place. Because I'm before this place and I will be after this place, just like everybody else. We are more than what we've been told. We are souls, and we have been alive for a very, very long time. And the only reason you don't know that is because they're keeping the things from you so that you'll never be able to find out, and telling you the things about lies about them so that you'll feel like you ain't supposed to look.
This is the Todd Church show. Dude, that's the way I need to be. I need to be like you. I
need you to ask me questions, or I need people to ask me questions. This is what I need to do, especially people that don't want to believe whatever. And I am not worried about if anyone says anything that they're going to think that I'm going to be uncomfortable about answering. I'll answer anything. Right. Doesn't matter.
Let's see. Questions for Todd. I've been pinning comments while we've been talking and trying to keep up with what everybody's saying. Everybody was really digging what's going on. There's not that many people here that were disagreeing, but I will be honest with you. I did have some atheists, because I keep my open bubble. I don't live in a bubble. I stay open to everyone, because
they're loved by whoever loves us, and there is other higher entities that are here, whether they want to believe it or not. Where do they think they got that damn fingerprint from, or that eye print that is able to look into anything? This is an intelligent design, so that's all there is to it. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't give a fuck.
Amen.
This intelligent design.
I believe that too. I was just going to point out that they are laughing and they think it's funny. I don't care. Because I think it's funny that you think you understand everything. I think that's hilarious.
I love them. Just tell them you love them.
I know. I do.
And tell them you love them. That's all. They'll see for themselves when the time comes, and we'll all be sitting with each other. We all already know each other. We have already known each other for a very long time. We are pure conscience outside of this fucking prison.
Okay, well, we started off with how you felt about these protests, and that got us 46 minutes worth of content. So I wanted to ask you for just a second.
I got it.
Huh?
So I went off on some other shit because I know what I have to do. I have to make people comfortable to understand who I am and why I am and where I'm at in life and why I'm where I'm at in life, especially when I'm coming on here where there's going to be people that don't know who I am, so that they can see whether they're going to be comfortable enough to see that I don't got no fucking reason to lie to you. I'm putting my whole life out here. And for them to see how raw and real and uncut this is, because I got no reason to bullshit no one, because I'm ready to die in this motherfucker. They already killed me for fucking since birth. You're dead too, and you don't even know it. So that they'll be able to listen to more of it, whoever can consciously understand this and the pain and the love that is mixed in with it, so that we can start to get where we need to get and then talk about whatever. And I'm sorry it took so long, because my mouth and my brain, it just goes.
And I wanted you to go. I was having a good time watching you every time. Everything you were talking about had value and reason, and it was all on point. Trust me, don't think you were off point at all at any point in that. But Riley has some questions. We got some questions now. Riley wants to know, what do you think about FEMA camps and the national and local blackouts to collect people? What's your opinion on that?
I think it's real. Why wouldn't it be? If they've been planning this for so long, and which they have, if anyone does the research and is able to look at all the false flags and terrorist attacks and all of the setups to be able to force people into bankruptcy, that the people that do control the money have always controlled the money, and we're in a position right now, and they're giving everyone all kinds of allowances to keep everyone just happy and feeling like they're getting gifts from Santa, Satan, government, These people have got enough money to print for everyone to live whatever way they want. This world could be amazing right now. So the tricks to the trade for the New World Order Agenda 2030 for the corporation of the United States of America, the shit has been in motion, always been in motion. The depopulation agenda has always been the depopulation agenda. The Bible shit has always been something for everyone to be able to hold on to so that they'll be able to go out here and bust their asses for God, because you're not going to be able to tell them you're needing to bust their ass for government. But most people that are involved in religion and stuff like that are usually the ones that are going to these schools that have these certain suits and uniforms on, that are telling each other how to be respectful to each other so that you can go be a good attorney and God will fucking lead you there and everything else, so that, you know, most of the world falls into those traps of whatever it is for the religion, for the respect that you're supposed to have for each other, so that they can be separated from the other people that usually ain't going to listen to this God book, because you're already going through a certain amount of hell and you're wondering why God, why me? Why did I have to be born in this area right here, right now, for me to be suffering the ways that I am and watching all of this abuse around? Can I please God, what can I do? And then make you even push even harder if you are about that God shit, which is, it ain't what we think it is. Someone has control over this place and many other places outside of here. And there's certain force fields that are being blocked with certain evils that are being fought outside of this place, not only inside of this place. But some people can't comprehend stuff like that because science and religion and everything else that you've been able to be manipulated by the ink that they print has made you think. So they are the truth holders, THINK, Truth Holders Inc. Put the $ in front of ink. Sink the boat of the maritime law, all the laws. It's all witchcraft, but no one can understand this stuff. So, you know, I'm sorry. It is weird. But for everything to be witchcraft, all of the English language, for everyone to be led into the positions that they are, they're just putting all the information out here because they know that their warriors, whatever area they're going to be using them from, that are the military men and women, are going to do what they're told, because they've already been praising whatever it is that's making them praise it, whether it's religion or their flag or their brotherhood or freedom. And all they ever can think about every single day is their 9-to-5 job, because that's all they make sure that they think about. They're probably not allowed to get on the internet and look into certain things, because the artificial intelligence, AI technology, cyber warfare is probably making sure that if you do start looking into things, you will be pulled into the office like, sir, have you been looking up conspiracies? You know that you would be threatening national security and possibly jail time if we was to find out that you was thinking something other than what we need you to think, pretty much. So do you want to lose your home? Do you want to lose your job? Do you want to lose your children? Do you want to possibly get locked up? And if it gets really bad, we might even be able to kill your families. Do you need it? This is national security. We need this. So people don't understand how far this stuff really goes. And then this David Goldberg, this is what she's talking about, is where it's David Goldberg's last message or final message, talking about how they have been tracking everyone that is doing anything, researching. Because at first they already started to realize that a lot of people were starting to wake up and become aware of the child sex trafficking. That's why I think they're putting it out in the media. All of the things that they know that we're tweeting about or messaging or texting each other about, it's all going into a database, and it's collecting a certain amount of percentages of how many people they think across this world is starting to wake up, and how fast it's happening, monthly, daily, whatever it is, to see who is starting to spark interest in certain types of conversations. At first, they was wanting to go ahead and take the conspiracy channels off so that people would not look into these things. But then they started to say, you know what, we'll just start collecting their IP addresses. We'll start collecting who's looking into what. We'll keep up our shield channels that will tell them certain amounts of truth and make them be able, so that they'll believe that they're real channels, and we'll get them commenting. We'll see how people's going to react. We'll see who's going to say stuff and who's not going to say stuff, so that we can also collect in the database of who's stupid enough and free dumb and dumber enough to be able to believe everything else that we've made them believe and make believe ever since we've controlled television, music, books, ink, scripts, whether it's a script of a movie or a script of a pill or a scripture or whatever it is, because it's all witchcraft. And
They're right in your
we'll have our
face about it.
database, whoever it,
I
huh?
said they're right in your face about it.
Oh yeah, they are. And then we'll have all of the information on everyone that we need. Not only will we collect the data from all of the people that are talking and discussing these things, we'll also collect the data of all the young children that are passing all of their sex selfies and all of their twerk videos and their titty shots and their thirst traps and their minds that they're trapped in of being sexualized to chase the bag, to feel that their only survival tactics is being able to use their bodies to live and survive. Even young boys while it's being put in the cartoons and everything else, while it's being put in all television shows, while they're watching their moms twerking in the mirror and showing them how to be a good little, you already know, I said it earlier, but so now they have all of this data collection, and they have to go ahead and get all of their workers that was all being raised in these other schools that was supposed to be separated from us in their uniforms and stuff like that, that feel like a team that are going to save the world as the heroes they've been bred and raised to believe that they are through their fathers and mothers that they probably was able to keep a hold of, because this is the ways that a structured environment and a religion, family environment, and all of these other things that holds the glue to everything they working the ways it's supposed to for it to be the biggest trick in the world. So now they've got everyone separated, not only through the race and the religion and the sex and all of this. They've got everyone separated through the money and the finances and the trust and who's worth more and the global warming lies and all of who's educated more and who's not. And so, yeah, they're most definitely wanting to get rid of anyone that is smart enough to understand what's going on. And then they're going to keep whoever they want to keep. And that's pretty much going to be our children for the sex slaves.
Do you think we're all going to end up locked up in FEMA camps? What do you think the fate of people like me and you is? People that are out there.
We're dead.
Yeah, I know.
We're dead.
At 3 a.m., they're going to kick our door in.
And it'd be like a SWAT hit, just like they've already been trained to do, or it'd be like invading someone's home with 10, 15, 20 men against one man, and good possibility you might get fucked around a little bit, because this would be a team of motherfuckers that's already been pumped up for their egos, not very big IQs, to feel a certain type of way, especially about certain videos that they might even show these men like, this is the guy we're going to get, and they'll make sure that they make a perfect video that makes you look like all the shit that you need to look like, so that these wolves can come in and do what they need to do to an innocent man that is considered some type of a homegrown terrorist because he wants to really be free.
Y'all listening to this shit, every word's been true. I would have called him on it if it wasn't. He ain't said nothing yet that wasn't true. Nothing.
Oh,
I love watching this dude talk. I keep trying to remember. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be professional for everybody watching. I'm keeping up with your comments. I'm not ignoring you. But everything he's saying is so good, I cannot cut him off. I can't do it. He'll be on something, and I'm just like, that was a good comment. That was a good comment. But no, there ain't no way I'm stopping him. This is the kind of shit I should be saying every day. I dance around this stuff, and I avoid it. Because a lot of people don't like religion. They don't like to think about that stuff. Well, the elite don't give a fuck, and they believe all this shit.
Do you think someone really went around using their ink money or paper or whatever, as expensive as it was back in the day of trade or whatever, and just wrote up fucking books saying that someone wrote up these books or whatever else that was supposedly supposed to be for our best interest? Or do you think that someone was going to benefit from putting all their time and effort and being able to get everyone on the program?
Yeah, I love this shit. And this is my favorite thing. And I think I'm going to go ahead and embrace it. You know, I flirt with it. We do Conspiracy and Truth every Wednesday night on this show. And I always, anything we cover, like we cover current events, we cover all that stuff, I always try to sneak truth in. I jab with it. I think I don't want to do that anymore. I think what you're doing has more value, and I think you're right. I think my approach would bring something better to it. Different. Not better, different. Get it out to a different set of eyes.
Yeah, and this is what we're all supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be reteaching each other, because no matter what, I was visited for some reason. So there is a reason. So I do have some kind of hope for whatever it is. Plus, I'm not afraid to die, because I know we never die.
You said you were visited, and you were going to tell me about that.
Yeah, I was visited in my garage by beings that would not let me see them.
How much can you tell me?
I'll tell you the whole
Oh,
thing.
I'm listening right now. What happened? I've been
This stuff
visited
don't
before.
have you.
I want to hear
Was you
though.
on any?
I want to hear about yours though. Mine doesn't sound anything like yours so far.
Was you on psychedelics at all?
Mm-mm. No, but I have some psychological issues, and I was experiencing some breakdown at the time. But I know this happened.
Oh, I know it happened too. No one could tell me nothing.
Mm-mm.
I already know what it was. It was me and three other people. So there was four people there that this
I was
happened with.
alone.
And we was all on psychedelics. We was all on psychedelics, but people are too fucking stupid to even get this. This happened with all of us in the room, and we was all frozen and paralyzed in place. And they telepathically spoke through me and two other people, but not the one person, which was the male that was there. And I'll tell you why this all happened like this.
Why?
When all this stuff happened and then started happening with me, I started to see serious spiritual warfare already. I seen it all through my life, but I didn't know or understand what it was because I was already being raised around people that was involved in heroin and cocaine, crack, and all of these things. So I seen and interacted with a lot of different people that I always wondered why, when they done these certain drugs or alcohol or something, that they seemed like they was a totally and completely different person, and they was. And it was demons inside of them. This is other spirits that are jinn or shadow beings or whatever that can come into someone's body, take over, and really cause destruction and harm. And a lot of people will wake up in prison and not, or in jail, and ended up going to prison, not understanding what happened because they was completely and totally overtaken by whatever this witchcraft was. That is the pharmakia. That could be pharmaceutical drugs from your doctors. That could be street drugs from the street dealers that are also connected to the shadow government that is working for Lucifer, that does know how to work with all this alchemy to make everyone become whatever it is.
Let me ask you a question based on a comment that I just saw that I'm interested in, and
Yeah,
we'll get back to this visitor thing because I definitely
sounds
want
good.
to get back to that. But Amanda says, you definitely alienate people when saying Jesus and the Bible aren't real. If you really want to save others, don't start with that topic. What is your opinion on the Bible?
You see how easy that works for I better keep my mouth shut? I don't care if no one likes me. I love you. You don't have to listen to me. I've experienced other things, and I'm not trying to be rude. I just know better because I know that we're supposed to be telepathic. I've already done it. I and people will say, oh, because of drugs. Okay, well, go get your prescriptions from your doctor from all of your mental problems that have already been brought upon you, for your relationship problems, your childhood's problems, your kids' problems, for the Ritalin that is actually meth, crystal meth, or the Adderall that is crystal
It
meth
is. It
that they're
is.
selling.
That's true. They're
So
chemically the
like
same.
when they are, I already
And I've
know.
never done meth in
I,
my life, but I've done Adderall.
I would never in my life do meth. I've never done none of the hard drugs. I've tried little shit here and there, but I didn't like it. I liked the love drugs. I liked the psychedelic drugs. I liked the drugs that they made the most illegal because they knew that it was the part of something that made sure that you came back to reality and what reality really is. And you would be able to see that it's a more magical world than what we've been told and lied to by all of these books and all of these inks. And anyone can go and look up the letter J. You know how long the letter J has been here?
I don't, but I want you to tell me.
500 years.
500 years?
The letter J has been here 500 years. And then you tell them that, well, he has many different names. Fuck yeah, he has many different names because they needed to go along with whatever the timeline was to be able to reconstruct these books a certain way to make the stories look the best ways they can, to keep manipulating man and woman to think that it's okay for father to go out and have sex with his daughter, or for father to go and sell his daughter to other people for a slave, and for all of these masters to be able to be masters of servants because God sent them. And God says, just be a good servant to the masters as long as they don't kill you, you know, just be a good servant.
That's exactly what we are, and that's exactly what they want from us. That's exactly what they expect. And that's what I'm
Isn't that
saying
exactly?
too. I believe
Isn't
that they
that what the book says?
manipulated. That's what I think.
Isn't that what the book says? Isn't that what the book
It
says?
says a lot of messed up stuff that I can't justify. I get in arguments with, like I told you, I keep atheists in my circle. I like to be challenged. So, and I can't help them if I eliminate them from my life. So I'm not triggered. I'm okay with it. And
I know.
I like getting out to them. I think that's something we're
I
supposed to do.
know. I know who I'm with, and I know why I do what I do. And ain't no one else going to tell me anything about why I do what I do, because I'm connected to whoever it is that loves us for real. I'm right next to them, and I felt it. I felt many. It has to be angels that was behind me,
See, a demon
and they
visited
pushed
me.
all. This was demons and angels,
Was it?
because the demons was. So look, this is what happened. So before this, I was messing with the spirit board. It was an angel board. It's a 20-year-old board. It has says Earth Angel Michael or something on it, and a couple other angels. And they call it a lot of people call it a Ouija board and a Wicca and all this other. Oh my God, he's messing with witchcraft. Uh-oh, the Bible says all witchcraft is bad. It sure the fuck does, dumbass. So you can never use any of the light against the dark, smart one. So anyways.
They don't want you to know. They don't. Look. There's truth in there too. It's truth and lies. It's mixed together.
They have to
it's
be able to fit in there
masterful
like that.
what they've done to it. And
They have.
go ahead.
They have to, because they know that people are going to feel spiritual things. So what if they're using these certain other demons that can also disguise their self as love and beauty and light, as we see already in the world? And these are really actually demons that are acting like, oh, you've just had a great and amazing experience with me, whoever they want to make them look like, or whatever they want to make them feel, or whatever, because they have total control, because they've already dropped a spell on me by all of their witchcraft of their music and whatever else it is, because they also use it in the Christian music and the rap Christian music and everything else. And do you ever notice how much people don't get censored that are speaking the word of God? Why? Because they want that word out there. So if it was truth, wouldn't it be getting censored?
Yep. And you know, I like that you mentioned that this shit goes into the Christian elements as well. There is an agenda against us all of us. None of us are safe. So
You know what the first religion was?
I don't.
Hinduism.
Hinduism?
Much longer before Christianity. But then Christianity is like one of the biggest ones right now. Wonder how that happened. Could it be when people control and run ink and make sure that everyone is thinking on their level, that they've programmed them all to believe and make believe whatever it is, and it has worked so long and held the glue together for as long as it has to be able to make sure that all slaves stay slaves, not knowing that they're slaves, but working for a slave master that God says to work for him.
Riley asked an interesting question that I want to throw out. We covered this recently on Conspiracy Theories and Chills, so I gave everybody my opinion on this. I want to hear yours. What do you think about the possibility of shape-shifting elite, shape-shifting reptilians, demons that walk among us?
I felt myself change into whatever my other form is when I was visited in the garage, and I felt 10 foot tall and 3 foot wide, and I knew that it was me.
So, getting back to that real quick, so you do believe in, just to answer Riley's question, you do believe that there are...
Yeah. Yes.
I do as well.
Most.
You know,
Yes.
And like in the video, I don't necessarily believe that they're what they're telling us, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because they are different than you.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter what they actually look like. There is other life forms walking among us, and I believe they are demonic and interdimensional beings, not from outer space, is my opinion on aliens.
Yeah.
I've had people get very pissed
Yeah.
at me about that. But no,
it's true.
when they show you aliens, it ain't an alien they're showing you. When that happens, and they're flirting with it already. You know, they're releasing UFO videos. Those ain't UFOs either. They know what that shit is that they're chasing. They have technology that would look like magic to us. And putting on a show, and then they're going to present these people that have been subverted and had to live behind the scenes, and they're going to live out among us all. And they're going to pretend to be our saviors. I believe that is what's coming, and they're flirting with that. And they're going to show us these people, but they're going to call them aliens. My opinion.
So when I start thinking about that, I think that that's probably why they're allowing me to know and feel whatever it is that's getting ready to go on, because whoever it is, no matter who's coming here, also so are the angels, and so are there's angels here too.
There's a great battle coming. They're preparing for it as well. The elite are moving biblical pieces into place. You know, that's the other thing with people that aren't religious. It doesn't matter if you don't believe this shit. They do. And they are preparing for their side of that end game, of that end battle. There is a battle between good and evil coming. Whether you want to believe in all of it or not, it is.
It's here. It's here.
You can feel it all around you.
It's the script they made. It's the script they made. It doesn't matter who wrote it and why they wrote it and what they thought they was going to be able to get away with. Whoever it is, we know we got to come and do something. Everyone that knows, we know we got to do something. So the people that are doing stuff right now, wouldn't you shit if you ended up and all this shit just changed and transformed right in your face, and then all of a sudden you're right next to people and you're a big warrior or a big angel of some sort, and you're right with your family, that somehow you're like, and you already knew them, you already knew what you've been doing for eons on top of eons, but you didn't know what you was doing here. But now when you get into your body, and then now you're zapped with all of your conscience and your remembrance of why you're doing what you're doing and who you are and who your family is, the ones that you've seen walking around in the neighborhoods that you didn't even know that you was a team together in another realm right now trying to fight this shit.
Tressa said the battle is already going on. We have such a woke group. You know, I've been blessed that way too. And even though I've never embraced it like you do, I've been blessed that way. I have woke people that find me. And no one here is rattled. I keep looking for somebody. I always want someone to give us pushback. You know, anyone. To be like, nuh-uh, that's not the way it is. That's not what the TV says. That's not what this says. Like, but nobody. Everybody here is woke. And that's what I mean by the hamster wheel. They're only letting you guys see it so they can watch what you say. So they can look at Penny, as you say, that you had no idea that I was born into MK Ultra. You put that out there, and they can see that. That's why they let us play and they let us run wild, because we're just talking to each other.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to allow any information to get out too far. They know how much information is going out here, and they know. I think that they're just allowing certain people that really do know certain things to really be able to interact with each other, to also keep us feeling like we're doing something and keep us occupied also. So even though the stimulus
something, though, I didn't want to make it sound like I don't think we are.
Oh, well, no, I know that we are, but they know we're not doing very much.
Right.
So that's why I'm hoping that other people are, it has to be. Other people are here doing this, whether you're getting into the psychedelics or not. Whatever's making you have to wake up for whatever the parts of whatever it is that you need to do. You know you're doing them, and it's just the parts that you have to do in your part to do what you have to do in your part.
You know, in Todd's defense, there are respected scientists and doctors that rave about the benefits of psychedelics. He's not wrong. And they also do studies with them. And not only that, but he's also telling the truth. But I know there's a stigma, is what I'm saying. But look at Terrence McKenna. Look at all these people doing research into this kind of stuff. It's mainstream as well. And it's funded by big money. They know that there's something here, and they're hiding it. They don't want us to know.
Yeah.
But
That's
I've been curious about that kind of stuff because I've only done psychedelics one time, and it was LSD, which I don't feel like that's a good one to do. If I had something in my life to do over, that'd be the one. But I had a good experience, and you do enter a different state of reality. You are still in fucking reality. Ignorance is what happens when people think, "Oh, drugs, you're fucked up." Everything is in your head. The whole world is your perception of it. So you are stepping into another realm. You're experiencing life a different way. New possibilities are open to you because walls have been torn down by this psychedelic. It's all here. You just couldn't see it before. Is how I feel. I just realized I started talking like an expert. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm pretty sure I'm fucking right.
Oh, you are. It opens up your pineal gland. It starts to drop serotonin down your pineal gland. It starts to open up and start sparking certain types of neurons in your brain that it was never active before, because they have already poisoned so much in your mind through all the food. And then not only that, also the fluoride that's in the water starts building a crust around your pineal gland that makes sure that you're not able to use your third eye for telepathic abilities or communications and connections through the antenna that you are, because that is the top of your antenna.
I gotta ask the viewers something really quick. Is it like a warm hug to you guys when Todd gets on a rant? Like, I love that shit. I just like lean back in the chair and I'm just like nodding, because it's just so much truth, all just condensed into tight little hooks. I was going to call them jabs, but they're not jabs. They're hooks. He's swinging for the fences. I'm loving this.
It's you get downloaded with things. We all get down. You ever heard that buzz that's in your ear?
Mm-hmm.
You're being downloaded with shit, whether it's from the good or the bad. You're being downloaded.
And this is a fact. This is a fact. We're exposed to frequencies like you would not believe. So it's not even a disputable fact. But it's deeper than that. It's more along the lines of what Todd was getting at. They are manipulating you. They are fucking with you. A lot of this shit that they've given us, and it is pretty cool, but it has benefits to them as well. You know, and like the fluoride in the water, that's not there to strengthen your teeth, and they've known that forever. We've talked about that before multiple times. And they know that. They thought that at one time because natural fluoride is good for you, but what they're putting in the water is sodium fluoride, which is a byproduct.
When did they think it was good for you, or when did they say they thought?
They thought. I'll tell you, there was
no.
This was like They only thought it for a little while, and it was this place where they were doing mining, and people's teeth were getting dyed by natural fluoride, which is, I just wanted to point out, is different than the shit they're putting in the water. But that dyes your teeth, right? It does whiten your teeth. And they thought, oh, that's good, because everybody back then had really bad teeth and really bad dental hygiene and issues and all of that. So they thought that it must be good. They did scientific studies on this water from this particular town because everybody had whiter teeth. And they found a high concentration of fluoride and decided it was good. And then when the Nazis weaponized the use of fluoride, they used that study to sell it, but it had already been debunked.
Do you think that before people was being poisoned by whatever foods and stuff like that and their drinks and stuff like that, that their teeth really was fucked up like that? Or do you think they could have made it like this or manipulated everything to where it's like that because they know that people need to and want to take care of their teeth or their hair or whatever else it is, because they've already pushed everything in? They knew that they would be able to make money from the blind slaves that they don't know they're slaves by the ways that they'll go out there and work and bust their ass to be able to have all of these nice teeth or hairline or whatever.
Dude, that's exactly what the fuck is happening. Have you ever seen how wealthy people, the elite, and I'm not using the royals right now. Don't use the royal family. That's a lot of inbreeding why they look like that. But the elite, they live better. They're healthier.
Yeah.
Because they know. They don't eat that shit. They don't eat the poison they sell to us. You know, you cannot buy food. I don't care if you shop at Whole Foods. You can't even buy organic food that isn't radiated. It's
You're right.
terrible. There's been a lot of people trying to get me to cover GMOs and all this shit that they feed to us, this poison, like you were talking about. And it's real, but it's so complicated. Like a lot of times I scare myself off of stuff because it's like, shit, I need to be an expert. Well, no, it's true. It's fucking poison.
It's in everything.
Absolutely. Did somebody say something bad about Mountain Dew? I know Mountain Dew is bad, but it's my favorite.
So check this out. There's a symbolism right there in that, and they did it on purpose.
In what?
Mountain Dew.
What is it? Tell me.
Direct energy weapons in the mountains.
Oh, shit, yeah, when they changed it to DEW instead of, man. When they changed the logo and highlighted that. You're right. That's fucking crazy. They love symbolism. Dude, like while you were talking about all the celebrities and the Christian people being involved as well, I was trying to mime along to participate, and I was showing people that they all take this picture, the picture with your hand over one eye, and then they all take the little the OK symbol, and they all do the devil horns. Every single one of them. I don't care what genre of music they're in. They all do it. And, you know, there's been a lot of rap stars and musicians. Bob Dylan even said it. That are open about the fact that you have to sell your soul. You have to become part of evil to make it, to become successful. And like, look at what just happened to Isaac Cappy, who was, you know who that is, Todd? You probably do.
I don't, brother.
You don't? Oh shit. He was a rising star in Hollywood. He was coming up. He'd been in a few movies. He was in Terminator Salvation. Smaller roles, right? That was his biggest role. But he was on the cusp. He was friends with Seth Green. Well, what happened was he started being invited to some of these fucked up parties. He started seeing some of this shit, and he started exposing it. Like, instead of going in and going along with it, he started making videos and telling everybody that fucking, he called out Tom Hanks, he called out Seth Green, he called out everybody. He was naming names. Steven Spielberg. He dropped all kinds of names. And
who is that? The young kid or whatever that supposed to made some big movie thing about it, about the perversion in there?
No, not him. That's Corey Feldman.
Okay.
No. This was a movie star that was an actor, and he was making it. He was about to get big. And when they brought him into the inner circle, he saw it, and instead of accepting it, started putting it on blast. And inside of like 3 months, he was dead. You know, suicide, even though he'd been doing live streams regularly and saying that he was not suicidal. And if something happens to him, definitely question it, because he did not intend to hurt himself. But Tom Hanks posts some weird shit, and this is one of the names he listed. He posts some weird shit. He has a weird fetish where Tom Hanks' Instagram is weird as fuck, by the way. Anyways, he likes to post pictures of gloves in weird situations. Well, he posted a picture of a glove on Route 66, and he said, "Roadkill? I hope not. Where do you think Isaac Cappy died?" He got pushed off a bridge on Route 66 into traffic. They say he jumped. But no, he didn't. He was talking about everybody in live streams, not charging a nickel, telling everything he'd seen. Because he said that he was at Seth Green's house, and Seth Green took him into a secret room where some sick shit goes on. And, like, he didn't say it, but he implied it heavily. You could tell he was remorseful because he was open about the fact that he participated in something. He never admitted what it was, but that he had done evil that he had never be able to come back from. And he was remorseful. He would say that all the time. So something had happened. But he had seen some shit, and he talked about all of this for free, just putting it out there, and it didn't take long at all for him to be suicidal, like Holly said. Huh?
Those videos still out there?
They exist. Like, I was going to cover him. I did cover him in a feed like about 3 months ago. I was talking about just to raise awareness about who he was because it was still out there. But I haven't tried looking in about a month and a half for anything But about a month and a half ago, I was able to find the videos, and I'll see if I played a little bit of it on the stream. So I'll see if it's still in my stream even. But yeah, look him up, Isaac Kappy. It's Isaac Kappy, and see what you can find. Because, yeah, he was trying to expose these people. He was talking about some big names, real famous people. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but he was putting them on blast. I watched a couple of his videos. Melba says I posted a clip of it on my Facebook. There's a lot of people talking. The comments are great tonight, by the way. You guys are doing awesome. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to a lot of them, but I have pinned a lot of them, and I discovered that during this feed. I didn't even know I could do that. So I've been putting them up, the ones that are relevant to what we're saying, and pinning them and trying to make the people feel as involved as they could. But I think this has been great, man, and I really appreciate you doing it. But yeah, that Kappy thing is interesting. Look into that. But what I want to ask you about, a few more things, not that one. What was it? Oh. Well, this COVID thing, you mentioned it a little bit in the beginning. What do you think is going on here? I think that I'll just give you my opinion briefly, and then we'll hear what you think. I think the COVID and the protests are related. I think they're married to each other. I think they're all part of the same agenda. And I think they're going to merge. Like, the COVID was to train us and to get us into the social distancing and the mask wearing and the muzzling and to give up certain rights and be restricted. And then the protest was to rile us up and get us used to this what's going on here. Then they're going to roll the second wave in, lock us down again, get us all civil unresty and rise up and I believe lock us down for good. But what do you think's going on?
Well, if you're going to do a strategic war plan, you have to be able to do it very strategically to where people's not going to believe what's really going on because they're believing they have to worry about something that's going to kill them that they can't see, just like they have to worry about whatever about God. So they know that they can use certain things that people can't see as long as they tell them that they're scientists and everything else that tells them that it's all good, that they pay through the Masonic orders because they are Masons, whoever the top people are that's going to be telling us all the lies to be able to lead into the positions that we're being led into by the people that are getting paid the most money to be able to live in their homes the ways that they are and care less about us anyways already because they've already been separated in their schools. So now, for them to be able to make us believe that there is some kind of a COVID thing, and then also if you go back and you look at the 2012 Olympics, the Olympic ceremony of 2012, about the ways that they came out and did this ceremony, hundreds and hundreds of beds rolling across this stage with a bunch of kids on the beds with nurses running and dancing around like what we see right now today with these dancing nurses about COVID and all of these things. They was doing a ritual. You see one of the spots where they make sure that the camera goes right past with this cage that's going by that looks like an animal cage with guys on top of it looking like they're out there coming to collect up whoever it is, that like they would back in the day with a cage that they would be putting slaves in.
Every single one of those fucking things are rituals.
Most definitely.
But this one sounds fascinating. This is the 2012 Olympics?
Yeah, wait till you see this shit, dude. It's going to blow your mind.
No, keep going, though. So the cages is where you left off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now they're bringing the cages in. It's a white man, and it looks like he might even have a whip or something. He's got the top hat on and stuff like that, all black, looking really evil with all of his people around him that's wearing the dark colors too, looking like the evil people that was going and collecting up kids back in the day or whatever. And then they focus in the camera on a Chinese girl wearing Chinese stuff to make it a resemblance of a symbolism towards the corona thing that is going on in China right now today from 2012, because it was already planned then. It was already being shown in the Olympics so that everyone can be like, yes, we're the part of something that is big. So all these people that are getting all their signs and symbolism from everything that they're doing, these rituals and ceremonies, they know what's going on. And it's slowly moving into this position. And now this show is going to show this position for everyone that's not able to go and be involved in all of the meetings, but they'll get the paperwork that's allowing them to understand and know that this is the time frame that we're in right now to get ready with this position. So now with all of these positions being put into whatever it is for everyone to be in fear about their jobs and stuff, they're able to lock down the world and start setting up all of this 5G technology with keeping everyone in the house to see also how obedient people are going to be through their GPS tracking of their phones, see what they're going to be talking about, see who's going to be saying what, collect all of that data and information too. Then they're going to be moving all of these train tracks and railroads the ways that they are, because they know most people are in their homes not being able to see the railroad tracks and the train tracks, being all of this military tanks and weaponry being moved in that are supposed to be supposed to be coming and saving everyone from an invisible COVID. Why do you need tanks and military stuff? And why does all these choppers and stuff finally flying across our cities and stuff? Why have they been training for years for a bank collapse that they've already been planning for a long time and telling us all this stuff is happening, and then also shut down the government a year or so before they do all of this to see what everyone's going to act like by shutting the government down and see what they're going to talk about and see if they can move into this next part of the plan? And it looked like they must have felt like it was a pretty comfortable position to be able to do it. So they did. So now they've moved all of this military stuff across the world. Then they got everyone thinking and worrying about the things that they do. And then they had the Kaepernick dude kneel before all of this too, to get everything starting to move into the positions it needed to be, to get everyone a little bit hostile about the racism stuff and stuff like that, and the government and all of these things, to get the military men pumped up about what they need to do to protect the government. So now everything's being put into position that way. Now they need to slowly start to open up, kind of, and then fucking make this other guy kneel, white man, white cop that's an actor, crisis actor. All of them's involved in the Masonic orders. Two police officers are in uniforms that are not nurses, pull up in a ambulance and pick this guy up off the ground like he's dead, limp, or whatever fuck's going on, and then all that bullshit going on. But then now they can make all these riots look like whatever way.
Did we lose you?
What's that?
Oh, I thought we lost you. It went quiet.
We need to send in our Antifa paid people now. We need to start going ahead and tearing up the cities and get all this news coverage for everyone to be able to see all this, while we're distracting the eyes of all the military stuff that's coming in, that we've already also started sending out all of these job applications for certain people that we could trust, that we thought might work good in our FEMA camps years ahead of this time, because something's coming, we don't know what. And then we can also go ahead and start buying and getting all this guillotines and all these fucking coffins and plastic coffins and stuff like that, and everything's just working into the perfect plan. So then now they get all this cracking, and now they can bring in even more of the military stuff over the railroad train tracks, because of all the curfews that they kept on giving everyone because of the riots that was going on. And then they can start making all of this the undercover cop cars, the trucks and stuff that we're seeing everywhere, the new Tahoes, black tinted, everything everywhere, to get all of the United Nations and everything here, and then also sign over to FEMA, get everything in position the ways that they need to. So now we're at this point right now with all the scheduled riots. If it was really a riot about real true freedom, it would never be scheduled, and it would still be going on every single day right now, and it would be much bigger and worse than it is. But this is a controlled situation, as everything has always been.
Amen.
So now
this is on point. You are 100%. We're on the same page. 100%. This is obvious as fuck to me.
It is.
Why doesn't everybody see this? I got people. I'm trying to wake them. I'm sharing these images and this stuff, and I can tell them to their face, dude, you're not getting it. I'm trying to show you you're being fucked with, and they'll be like, blah 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 blah. They can't stop. They're so fucking triggered, and that's the point.
So listen to this. How do you like those new masks that says I can't breathe?
We were talking about the fucking masks yesterday. You know, OSHA has come out now and said that they're not healthy to wear.
Listen. You're not catching it.
You can't breathe because of the mask.
Basically.
Right? That's what you mean, though, right? You're restricting your own airflow. You're breathing in your own germs. Oh, I got it.
But where did I can't breathe come from?
It came from Eric Garner. It was what originally kicked off the
The
first,
George Floyd.
yeah, and the George Floyd case. But that
That's
tagline came
that's
from the Eric
what they're
Garner
saying it.
case.
That's what they're saying it for. They're saying I can't breathe for George Floyd,
Right. Did you see,
but
what
it's
do you
on
think of
the
that death?
mask.
Do you think George Floyd is dead?
No.
See, I don't either. The more I look into it, the more wrong that whole thing is. Um, it's just fucking weird to begin with. They knew each other for 17 years. The cop and George. They worked together. Did you know that? You knew that, right?
Oh yeah.
At a nightclub. They worked security.
Yeah.
They knew each
Yep.
other. You don't kneel on a personal acquaintance's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm not buying that shit.
No.
You know, and he knew him. You know, you could dehumanize somebody you don't know. But
Yeah.
you've become acquainted with this person. I'm saying acquaintance because there's no fucking way he worked together with this man for years and didn't get to know him in some way. So he knew who the fuck George Floyd was. So right
Yeah.
away, it's a cop arresting somebody he knows. You go into the situation and be like, come on, George, you got to come with me. It's different from the very beginning. And you for it to end in such a dramatic fashion. And then the other part that's wrong, have you ever seen the footage from the other side of the street?
Yeah.
There's nobody there filming it. You know what I mean? Getting that nice close-up of the cop kneeling on the neck. There's no crowd of people over there filming it and outraged. Where they at?
The white dude, though, same thing happened, except the cop was on the white dude's neck twice as long as it was the black dude, but they ain't saying shit about the white dude.
Yeah, I seen that too.
No,
You know
they
what I'm saying?
don't. They don't either. And I watched a white guy. This was about a year and a half ago. But I watched a white guy get killed in a hotel room hallway, crying with his hands up. Just shot him with an automatic weapon. They hardly got any coverage at all.
I seen that too. Have you heard the ICE agent suicide?
No.
Where he was the ICE agent committed suicide by the Hudson River back 2016, and he wrote a long, lengthy suicide note talking about he can't be involved in what's getting ready to happen in America. And so he just wrote this long letter talking about they've been being trained to shoot women, children, men, whatever, for the bank collapse or whatever.
Oh, they've done it before. At Ruby Ridge. Have you ever heard of that one?
No.
Ruby Ridge was, it happened right around the same time as Waco. Waco overshadowed it. But that's what led to Waco. Ruby Ridge was this family that was living off grid. And they raided his property on bogus weapons charges and killed his fucking wife. The sniper shot her in the head from 40 yards away while she was holding her baby. Blew her fucking head off. And got a medal. So, William Cooper ranted and raved about that. It was one of his best episodes. Got a lot of exposure out there. They almost brought charges against this guy, and then nothing fucking happened. But he shot a woman in the face holding a baby. They've been doing that for a long time. And you know what? And it's exactly my point. You don't hear about that story. That was a white family.
Want to come over?
Just holler at me. I love you. This is a live show. We're on a live show.
Call me when you get done.
I love you.
All right.
You need to wrap up?
What's that?
Do you need to wrap up?
No, he had to come and get his keys for his car.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know because I got plenty of time. I'm having a great time. I'll let you run your mouth as long as you want.
We're probably about 10 o'clock.
Right on. Lee says actors, closed casket, both out of work, and several funerals. Now that guy, the cop, that's not the same fucking guy they arrested.
No.
The cop in the video and the guy they arrested are two different people. Now the cop in the video looks like the guy from Cash Cab.
He does look a lot like him.
He does. But he doesn't look like the mugshot. There's a lot of very big differences between that video, the cop in that video, and the mugshot. I mean, for
Yeah,
one, they
dude,
look 10 years younger than each other.
the dude in the mugshot does look like he's got a for real bird beak.
Yeah, he does. They're just very different looking individuals. When you put them side by side, it doesn't hold up at all. But you put his picture side by side with the cash cab guy, and that kind of holds up.
It does look a lot like him.
Robert said the charges were real. They set him up, and it was in Idaho. The charges were real. They were and they weren't. Are you talking about Ruby Ridge? I want to make sure before I correct you, because you might not be. The comments are awesome tonight. You guys are talking about so much. But I'll give you a chance. Because they were and they weren't. He had guns, but he didn't have like an arsenal. They hunted. They were self-sufficient. They were completely off-grid. So it was true and it wasn't true. And then they had him on a bullshit little charge when they raided his property. So it was a legit reason to get on his property, but yeah.
They can make whatever look like whatever needs to look like to get rid of a motherfucker.
Exactly.
And anything about the court system, anything about their corrupt shit, these motherfuckers have done stuff that is illegal against us. Anyone that ever says anything about anyone else that has been trying to do anything for us that goes to, and the charges are real, none of these charges are real.
It's a fucking stage. It's theater, and they're playing us for fools.
These motherfuckers are the ones that should be fucking going to fucking prison or getting hung or something.
It's disgusting. And everybody's being triggered by it. Everybody is falling right into it. You know, I try to stop it as much as I can, but this race baiting is out of hand, and I'm going back and repeating myself, but I really believe that the Black Lives Matter race car and taking the Confederate flag out of NASCAR, banning it from NASCAR events, is just to throw gas on this fire. It has nothing to do with NASCAR wanting. What would they want to hurt their business for? They're driving away half their fan base. They've weaponized NASCAR. Sports has always been a weapon, bred in circuses. It's always been a tool of distraction, and they've weaponized, as part of this fucking bullshit, they've weaponized NASCAR.
They don't need none of it no more. You see how they're look at all the actors and stuff that they're saying is getting ready to be done data because of this fucking these child pornography stuff like that. They're getting rid of all entertainment. They don't need it no more.
I don't know. I almost said something negative. I'm trying not to be negative, but I feel like humanity is fucked because stupidity is so rampant and willful ignorance, and that's what we're fighting against. That's what we're trying to get through, because what we've been talking about this entire feed is right out in your fucking face. They love it and they believe in it, and I think that me and Todd, people like us, end up being useful tools of these demonic bastards because they believe that they need to put the truth in plain sight, and we do that for them. We do the work for them. They've done it. They've done it too. They've laid it all out there for us to find. And when we sit and rant and rave, they can point at us and say, "Oh, he's crazy." But at the same time, we're laying it all out there for you. It's all out in plain sight. You chose not to listen. You chose to listen to them when they said, "No, he's crazy. Don't listen to him." Let him talk, though. Don't shut him up.
We do it a different way. We do it a different way.
What do you mean?
The things that we talk about is the things that really need to be talked about, like especially like me.
Right. That's all that feels important to me. Like I said, I want to do this professionally. That's why I put so much effort into it. And
you'll never be doing.
No.
You'll
what I want to do
anything.
Never. Ever.
No.
Ever. I wish I wanted to talk about some bullshit or talk about sports or talk about movies.
But you are. But wait a minute. You are doing it professionally.
Oh, I know. I love this. This is my I think this is more important to me than my job. I do my job to do what I want to do. This is what I want to do.
It is. And you do an amazing job.
And thank you. But that's why I do it. I got to do it. I'm forced to.
Yes, it's in your soul.
And like I said, I would love to be able to do some bullshit because I think I could make it. I mean, I think I could get through, but I don't want to. I don't find any value in it. It doesn't interest me.
Well, you could make it as far as they're going to let you make it.
No, I know. Because I definitely would never want to cross the final threshold. But we understand all that. We've looked behind the curtain. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, as far as a future in this avenue, telling the truth, that's dying.
That'd be amazing if this all does change around somehow, and there are certain people here that are supposed to fix this place anyways, and they're already in their positions, kind of, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. And that's
'Cause I
also
hope.
why, like this takes you kind of threw at me a curveball there with what you just said, because I was going to try to make a point about Alex Jones, but I like your point better. But what I was going to say about Alex Jones, just because I brought it up, is that he's got 17 million viewers. He's a bullshit artist. You know, a lot of people think that he does say some truth every once in a while. He was on point about a lot of 9/11 stuff. He was also wrong about a lot of 9/11 stuff. That's the point, though, because then they get to discredit all of it. So he's a disinformation agent, I believe. But he wouldn't have 17 million viewers with a total social media shutdown if he wasn't, because he would never rise to the top like that. They can control it. So like I said, they can pick and choose what gets seen. They can make him show up on the 30th page of search results. No one would ever find him if they wanted to.
And they had to make it look like they was fucking with him about whatever too, so that it would make it look even more real.
It justifies what he's. Yes, it makes him look right.
Yeah.
It empowered him. It drove his subscribers up.
Yeah.
And there's more people buying his misdirecting bullshit now.
And they wanted more people to be able to track and trace, because they knew that people was going to start right there with him anyways, because everyone was hearing about it, because the ways that it was being pushed, like kind of like mainstream. A lot of people know who that guy is. Then they had certain people that they had put on TV to go ahead and start talking about those FEMA coffins and everything. What was that one guy that was a wrestler?
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went with Alex Jones. Alex Jones took him to a FEMA camp. Well, FEMA camp location with a bunch of coffins.
And then they started talking about Bohemian Grove and all this. These motherfuckers own and run all of the fucking mainstream media and everything, but they're going to put all this stuff on the TV. Why? Because they know how powerful they are and how well it's working, and no one really gives a shit about each other. They're just ready to go.
Man, I don't want to wrap up, but I have got to. I've got to end us pretty soon. I've got to bring us to a close. How are we even going to do that? I don't know how to put a bow on this. What do you think is the most important thing for, let's say, somebody stumbled in here. They just wandered in. They got some truth tonight they never heard before. What's the most important thing you could tell someone like that?
You better start to really realize everything that has been able to condition you to be in the position you are right now, for you to have all the problems that you have with your family members, your children, different races, money that has made sure that money done it. And you better listen to how money is. Moneye, Monday, one day, EYE, one eye. That's why they always hold up the one eye. That's why they're always showing it in your face all the time, so that you could always be chasing Monday with one eye till the weekend, to be weak as fuck, being able to be around your friends. Friday ends with your friends. How many relationships and problems have you ever had around Friday? Or how many relationship problems have you had around any holidays, birthdays, or anything else, because you wasn't able to give certain people the gifts that you were supposed to be busting your ass from Monday till the weekend for the money to get them everything you need to get them? Everything is a trick. And if you don't look for things yourself, they're just going to do whatever they want to do to you. Just love your kids, love your family.
Love. That's what matters the most. That reminds me of Bill Hicks' old closer, that love is all that matters. And I think that is a good way to go out on, to focus on positive in what you can do in your own life and affect in your own life. But thank
Who
you,
is
man,
Bill Hicks?
for coming on and doing this.
Who is Bill Hicks? What's the dude's name that they think is
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones?
Bill Hicks?
Don't you think so?
No.
You
I
don't think so?
No, and you know what? People have tried
You
and
better
tried and
look-
tried and tried to get me to look into that conspiracy, and I have looked into it. And there is a lot
Have you?
there. I have. And you believe it, don't you?
Do you watch people's body? Do you watch their body movements
Body
and
language?
just their? Yeah,
Do I study that? Not really.
you better go look at that again.
You think?
You better go look at it again.
Why would he do that?
Because he was a part of it. He's
But why
always
would
been
he
a part of it.
betray everything? Was he supposed to come out and tell you that the truth of the world is opened up with your third eye? He told you all of that shit. He told you that love is all
What?
that matters, that they
What?
killed everybody
Look.
that told the truth. He exposed all
What?
that stuff, and then he went to the polar opposite.
So listen, wasn't Bill Hicks a comedian that talked about the government?
Yes. He was.
Do you think maybe they ended up getting him been able to rub him enough money?
Enough money, though, to betray everything. Like, I'm
Some
not
people
saying
do
it's
it, bro.
impossible. I am the first to admit, if Steve's here, this is Steve's pet peeve. He wants me so bad to admit that Bill Hicks is Alex Jones. And he's been at it for over a year trying to convince me. He's the one
You
that turned
better-
me on to it and got me to look. I
better
get
look.
that there's a lot of evidence there. They even have the same friends, the same management team. They're from the same
They
area.
got the same fucking face. They got the same body language. They've got the same everything. And he kind of starts to. He just the only thing he changed a little bit is the ways that he's getting aggressive about things, so that people like us look crazy. Anyways, he's an actor. He wanted to be a star. He wanted to be a comedian. And so he took the. Where did he go? Where's Bill Hicks at now?
They say he died at 39 of pancreatic cancer.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's what he died of, is pancreatic cancer at 39. And then Alex Jones has even accepted awards on Bill Hicks' behalf. There's a lot there. You know why I can't accept it? You know what it is? My cognitive dissonance is being fucked with. Because
Why? Because you like.
I love Bill Hicks. He's my hero. In comedy, he's my hero.
So you don't think that was another psychological manipulation to be able to fuck with people like you?
Dude, of course. It would break my damn psyche, man.
They wanted to do that.
I know. You guys are,
Wait till you go
triggering me. Steve's here. He is here.
You got to go and look at you got to look at it and look at it real good. You need to put them both on a screen. If you can get them both walking around and get a good shot of their chubby cheeks together and their nice nose that looks identical and their eyes and everything and their everything, that just take his hair off. If you got some kind of a program to be able to go ahead and just take his hair off and put his face next to his face with the hair gone, I'd say do it.
Man, I would hate. But they say never meet your heroes. That they'll let you down.
Well, they also named heroes with heroin, HEROIN. The heroes bring in the heroin.
Well, man, I had a lot of fun having you on tonight, and we have got to do this again sometime.
Oh, anytime, brother. I love you, man. This is what I live for, man, is us.
I appreciate you doing it. Thank you, man. Is there anything you
Thank
want to
you.
plug or promote?
No, just check me out. Just share the truth of anyone.
So
Anyone
just
that's
your
doing
page, your
this.
Facebook?
Anyone that's doing this, I love you so much because I know how hard it really is.
It's very challenging, and it's hard to get it out, and that's really all we're trying to do, is expose it and get it out. But thanks again, man, for coming on, and I'm going to let you get back to what you got going on, and I got to get up early to go to my slave job in the morning, 4 a.m., so we're going to wrap up the show pretty soon, too. But thank you again for coming on, and I'll talk to you later, man.
Hey, thank you, and I love you all. You guys have an amazing night.
All right. That was Todd. And what did you guys think? Wild, right? I let him run wild. And I love it. Like I said, every time he starts dropping truth bombs, it's like a warm hug to me. That was a lot of fun for me. I tried my best to incorporate you guys' comments. You guys were on fire tonight in the comment section. I was pinning them. Did you see that? Did y'all like that? Because I just discovered that I can do that. I didn't even know I could do that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I can't believe how many of you that I saw at the very beginning of this show are still here at almost the 2-hour mark. This is the longest episode we've ever done. So System Failure, I'm coming for you, man. Your 6-hour YouTube streams, I'm coming for you, man. I'm coming for your title. I'm due to a world record for the longest live stream one day. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And share this out. Get it out there. There was a ton of truth. I can't wait to watch it back. Thanks so much. And remember, guys, on YouTube, Monday, we will be coming from the new home. And that link is in the description. Not in the description, in the comment thread on the YouTube video. Go to that page and like it, because Monday will be coming from there. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you Monday night for a brand new episode of the Shawn Yankey Show. We do this every night at, I lost my times, 5 Mountain, wait, I'm not even going to try the other two. Somebody put it in the comments for me. 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Those are the only two I know for sure. Time zones are fucking crazy, and it's just more bullshit you got to keep track of. But same time it started tonight, we'll be on Monday. Thanks for coming, guys.